Flower hit the PlayStation Network back in early 2009. The game was not designed to be a challenging experience, it was intended more as an emotional experience for the player. So does Flower pull this off? Well, in many ways I guess it succeeds, but like most titles, it's not without its flaws. The concept is hard to explain. Besides being great to look at, Flower also has a chilled ambient feel about it. There is never a sense of urgency, and you often just feel like you are flying freely through the detailed and open environments. You start each stage as a petal and you fly past other flowers, making them blossom at your touch. Each flower that blossoms adds one of its own petals to your collection, gradually building up your train of petals. The goal of each level is pretty straightforward, as you simply need to make certain flowers blossom to activate the exit. Okay, it's not quite as straightforward as that makes it sound, but by telling you too much it could somewhat ruin the experience for you, and Flower certainly is an experience. Story-wise, there's nothing to tell. We're not really given a story, but there is some sort of eco-message floating about here, and as the game progresses, the theme of pollution seems to become a big part of each level. With so much good, you're probably wondering what the bad points are. There aren't many flaws in this title, but the ones it does have are pretty big. The biggest flaw is the control system. With the majority of PS3 games that use the Axis controller, you'll find the controls are not your friend. Flower is no different and does not even give you the option to use the analog controls. You will often find yourself flying too high over or just wide of your target, but with the stiff controls you won't be able to just simply turn around. Instead, you'll find yourself twisting the controller and frustratingly waiting for the camera to turn. Which is where the other problem lies. With so many buttons vacant on the controller, you'd have thought there would be more room for flexibility with the camera. Racing through the grass feels fantastic, and due to the luscious graphics you can almost feel the wind rushing past you, but with a camera you will find yourself not being able to do this often, otherwise you will bypass every target and end up facing the painful task of turning the camera around. Whatever you do, don't let these flaws put you off. Mostly you'll be brushing through the grass, racing along tower blocks, and joyfully watching the scenery come to life to the ambient soundtrack that Flower offers its players. If you're looking for a title that you can kill an afternoon with, then Flower is definitely a hit. I say afternoon because that's all it will take, but with its reasonable price point that's not really an issue, and is definitely getting the gold trophy. This is Nathan Redfield for Network 776.